you guys are alive. I hope you guys are breathing. I hope your blood's pumping through your body. I hope that you're able to see and hear and touch and feel, and I hope that you're present, and I hope that you're enjoying the moment. You know, my mom said she used to try to soak in the moments when we were younger. She used to try to just be present. But she also said she don't even remember those moments. The moments that she tried to soak in and be present for. Over time, you know, your brain fills up with new memories. And I'm still trying to figure out what that means. I'm still learning. And that's what it's all about. No one got to figure it out. Some people act like they do. And some people will tell you that they do. You know, Jesus doesn't know when he's going to return. The Father does. I'm not the most successful man, but I have reached some sort of success. Right now, I got a $4,000 job that we've already got a $1,200 deposit to do. It's an exterior painting job of a house that a guy is selling, and he also wants it pressure washed. So we're gonna pressure wash it, then repaint not only the walls but the framing, and he has a wooden deck that needs to be repainted as well. You know, I started this business with DoorDash and a vision and a dream. And depending on how far you want to take back and go back, I had even less than that. At one point, I was walking everywhere I went because I had no vehicle. I walked everywhere, walked in the rain, walked in the cold, coming home soaking wet, tired, have no money in my pocket. Biked everywhere I went. Bike tires popping, having a flat tire, now you have to walk the rest of the way. In the rain, hitchhiking, people helping you out. But those moments are what create the present person that I am now. Your past, you know, you don't want to get rid of your past. You want to learn from your past. Allow your past to shape a better version of you. I ran from myself. I was afraid of who I was. I was scared. Sometimes I get that fear, but because of what I've learned over my life, I've learned how to not be afraid. And after I stopped running from who I was. I began to learn who I was and fall in love with who I was and fall in love with who I am and learn who I am. And that's a different type of feeling. It's nerve-wracking, of course. I have very bad anxiety. I've learned that, and I've noticed that. I'm like, why do I act like this? I've learned that I have very bad anxiety. I get very anxious very quickly, and there's different types of anxiety. And sometimes like even right now, I have to breathe. Just breathe. I have to tell myself constantly, just breathe, Sean. Just breathe. What's going on? Calm down. You're okay. There's nothing that's going wrong. And oftentimes those emotions that come up, if you don't have proper emotional control, if you're not taught how to regulate and deal with your emotions, those emotions can cause outward actions that can destroy your life. I wasn't raised by my father. Yeah, I had a stepdad for some time. It didn't last forever. I didn't have my father in my life. And my father, every time I listen to my father, he gives me good advice. He tells me, Sean, be a leader, not a follower. He says, Sean, a quiet man goes hungry. He says, Sean, don't worry about step 7 until you got step 1. That's called guidance. And some people don't have the proper guidance, but sometimes you have to depend on yourself and rely on yourself. You can't blame everybody for your mistakes. I can't blame my mother. I can't blame my father. I can't blame the education system or politics or economics. Yeah, maybe there's some roles that they've played in my past. But preparation, planning, strategy, in addition to discipline, you have the ability to change your destiny and your destination, who you are. You have the ability to say, I want to go this way. It all started with a thought, you know? It all started up here. I was pacing back and forth in my room, stressing. I said, Sean, what are you gonna do? I said, Sean, what are you gonna do? You have cancer. I was diagnosed with I was diagnosed with cancer. I was diagnosed with high-grade B-cell lymphoma, non-Hodgkin's, high-grade B-cell lymphoma. And the doctor said it was curable, but you know, there's always that little inch of doubt. And as I'm going through this cancer treatment, I felt like I was like, how many more woes will I have to take in my life? And there's going to be many, especially depending on how long I'll live. I'll have many woes in my life. But these right now are to prepare you for the ones that are up ahead. And I'm pacing in that room and I'm saying, something gotta give. Something gotta give. Something gotta give. And it was Jacob's way. I created the company and I said, I'm going to put everything I got into this business. But at the time, it wasn't as how it is now because I wanted to focus on God. I put God before everything, and I still have my mind set on God, but just not on anyone else's version of Him. And I said to myself, I'm going to make sure I'm going to get my LLC information. And what did I do? I got my LLC information, and along that journey, I learned, hey, maybe I shouldn't go through a third party, but next time I could do it directly on the Sunbiz website. I said, hey, I need a place to dump all the trash that I have. I need to find out. Boom, the Lord presented waste management. I said, hey, I want some land. I want to buy land. The Lord said, hey, I'm going to give you these jobs right here for your business that you could fulfill to give you the money to have the down payment on this land. I said, hey. I said, hey, I need a truck. I said, hey, I need a truck. I said, I need a truck, and my truck is sitting right there. It wasn't easy. It was not easy. It wasn't easy. But there's a way. Don't ever think that you can't do anything. And don't allow anybody else to say that you can't do anything. I've been told plenty, all of the above, everything under the sun. And moving forward, there's going to be more things that are going to come my way. But I know if I'm able to stand right here and breathe, have blood in my veins, be able to see, I can hear and feel, I can do anything I want to do. My name is Sean Hunter.
You keep on running around with other women in town.
Blake,
I've had enough of these games.
let the beat rock.